and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I am going to share some top tips on how to renovate a bathroom on a budget. And I'm going to show you around our bathroom in our home that we managed to do for less than £500. There are lots of things that we did that saved us money, so that's what I'm going to share with you today. I'll share with you where I've got things from and ideas how you can do it on a budget. Most importantly, I'm going to talk about how the bathroom has held up over the last 4 years, because it is pointless spending not much money if after a year it all needs redoing again. So I'll give you the honest truth when I show you around the bathroom and show how it's held up over the last 4 years. Full disclosure before I start, we renovated this bathroom 4 years ago, so at that point it did cost £500, under £500. However, I'm fully aware that materials, etc. have gone up in 4 years. The bathroom that we got with the house was very old-fashioned, and I think if I remember rightly, it had a corner shower, a loo and a sink, so it didn't have a bath. Yeah, I think so. I'm going to share a photo on you when I find one. So yeah, it just had a shower, a sink and a toilet, and it was quite small. It's still quite small, but we have made it a little bit big. First thing that we did was we knocked out the chimney breast. So there was a chimney downstairs, a chimney breast in the bathroom, and the chimney and the chimney breast had been knocked out in the loft, so we were fine to remove the rest of it. And we just moved the wall a little bit into my son's bedroom, so it just created a little bit more room within the bathroom. The toilet that came with the bathroom was actually okay, so we just moved it up towards the wall. I'm saying we, our plumber did it. We don't do plumbing, although I want to learn. And we replaced the seat on it. So we kept the toilet, so that saved us money. The second thing that we kept was the towel rail. This was, and again, I'm going to have to find some photos and I'll pop it on here. This was maybe chrome or white, and I like the style, but I just didn't like the colour. So I ended up spraying it with gold paint, and it completely transformed the way it looked. So this is a towel rail radiator as it looks today. As you can see, the gold has worn off it. So this was done 4 years ago, so it's had a lot of wet towels draped over it during that time. I don't think, if I remember, that I primed it either, so I would do that in future if I was going to spray one. So prime it first, then spray it, and then put a sealer on afterwards. And I think, if I remember rightly, I just sanded and sprayed it. It does need a touch up after 4 years, but it would simply be a case of masking it all off and then giving it a quick spray and probably some sealer as well. You can transform it really inexpensively. If you like the look of and the style of it, I've done it downstairs to the towel rail we've got in a shower room as well. So if you do like the style of it, then just spray it, but make sure you prime and seal it afterwards. We need to do some stuff in the bathroom. We've not done anything since we moved back in 18 months ago. So we rented it out for 3 years, then moved back in 18 months ago. And the bathroom's not really been touched since we've moved back in. So it does need a little bit of TLC when we get round to it. When I can find some time and I'm not sanding floors, I will give the bathroom some TLC. It's quite hard to film this bathroom because it's not a big space, so I'm just going to sit in the bath while I film this next bit, because I'm going to talk about the bath. One of the first things I got for the bathroom was the bath, and we kind of knew what the layout we wanted. Once we've moved the loo, we wanted a bath under the window and then the sink on the opposite wall. I had a look on eBay and Facebook Marketplace to see if I could find a bath, and I did. I found this one for £100. It was pretty much brand new. It was just getting removed from a house because they didn't want it. I had the shop at the time, so I had a courier who used to take me large items and deliver them to people. So I asked my courier if he'd deliver the bath to me. I can't even remember where I got it from, somewhere in the country. And he delivered the bath for £50. So altogether, the bath cost £150. When it first came, the feet were chrome, which a lot of people have chrome in the bathroom, but I wanted goals in the bathroom to match the radiator. So I took them off and I sprayed them with gold paint. And these, because they've not had any water on them or anything, look just as good today as they did when I first sprayed them. So then we attached them, and I can remember me and my husband having to carry the heavy bath up the stairs and pop it in the bathroom. Love the bath, it's super comfy, it's lovely to have a nice soak in it. The only problem with it is that compared to the sink and the toilet, it started to look a little bit yellow. So it started yellowing a bit. I don't know if that's because of the age of it or the materials it's made out of. So I need to have a look and see what we can do to brighten it up again. There must be something. So if anybody does know, let me know. But otherwise, it'll be a Google thing and see if I can find out how to sort of get rid of the yellowing that's occurred over the last 4 years. But apart from that, it's fine and I wouldn't change it. And for £150, you can't go wrong. And today you can still, I've had a look for the bathroom. This is really not comfy when I've been standing all day. Let's see if I can sit I'll sit on the edge here. I've had a look for the bathroom for the renovation that we're doing, and there are baths etc on Facebook and Marketplace. No, it's still not comfy. A lot of them, let's just sit on the edge, Shell. That's a bit better. I'm proper aching after sanding the floors, but I've nearly done them. Anyway, that's a different story. But yeah, on Facebook Marketplace and eBay, there's still baths that you can get for a couple of £300. They might not be brand new, or a lot of people get rid of stuff when they move house and it might be pretty new. Some things you can get brand new, it's just that people either have not sent them back or they're just not suitable anymore. It's definitely what I'm going to have a look at first when we do the bathroom in the renovation, and see if I can pick up a bargain somewhere. Yeah, that was the first purchase, and then I'll tell you where we got the taps from that went on it. So I've just edited that bit of my video and it looks like I'm massive next to the bath, but it's a full-size bath. Let me I'll just demonstrate, obviously with my clothes on. Yeah, and I'm 5'7.5". Oh, it's important. So yeah, it is a full-size bath. I just looked like a bit of a giant when I was sat on the edge of it. Oh, I might have a bath tonight. I might get rid of my aches and pains. The taps that we got for the bath, watch my head. The taps that we got from the bath were just luck, really, because my cousin at the time, my husband was working at my cousin's house and doing some work for her, and she just moved in and was ripping out her old bathroom. These were with her old bathroom, so she asked if we wanted them, and yes we did, because they fit on the bath perfectly. It's what I wanted to buy anyway. And we don't have a shower up here. We've got a shower room downstairs, which I've shown on a previous tour of the house. So this is ideal because you, as well as having your taps, you have got a hand shower. So if I want to wash my hair up here, or it's brilliant for rinsing out the bath, this is perfect. So these were free. Again, a lot of luck at that time, but you can again pick them up from Facebook Marketplace, eBay. Some of them online are not mega expensive, but yeah, we really dropped on with these. Moving on to the vanity unit and the sink. So the vanity unit was made by my husband, and we made it from using pieces of MDF that we had left from doing bits and pieces around the house. We had lots of MDF left. So he made a unit, he created a box, made a unit, attached some doors. We got some handles for a couple of pounds, sprayed those, popped those on. And then the feet were from a unit that I had in my shop. So I took those off and again, just sprayed the feet. With the sink, this was from online and I can't remember how much it was. I have got a reel somewhere, or a post somewhere on my Instagram, so I will have a look and I'll put the price of everything on, and if I can find out where I got them from. They may not be online after 4 years, you never know, but this, I think it wasn't any more than £100. Yeah, I'm sure it wasn't any more than £100. It might have been a lot less. So we got a sink and the waste, again, I'll find out how much that was and pop that on top. And then the tap again was online, and I feel that that was about £50 as well. And again, I know these has probably gone up in price over the last 4 years. They weren't expensive items. Have they lasted? Yep, absolutely fine. The tap is still shiny. It's not like what's the word? What's the word when it's not shiny? Dull. God, here we go again. It's not dull. It's not when it goes like greeny colour. Oh, I can't remember. When it goes discoloured. No, can't remember the word. It's still shiny and it still works. We've had no problems with it. Same as the sink. The sink's still kept absolutely fine. White. No problems. No problems with the waste. So yeah, even though it wasn't an expensive sink and tap, it's lasted, which is really important. When we were renovating the house, we found that one of the most expensive things was plastering, and we had a lot of plastering to do. So, with the bathroom, we had a look at ways that we could complete it without having to do any plastering. The first thing we did was that we boarded the ceiling. So we boarded it out with MDF, and then we placed battens across it. So we didn't have to plaster the ceiling at all. Then on the wall next to the toilet, we cladded it. So we just bought some cladding and painted it and cladded that wall. This definitely needs a refresh of paint because it's looking a little bit dull and dirty. So I do need to paint that again. And then the rest of the bathroom, we used wallpaper on the top half because the walls, when we took all the tiles off, etc., were pretty good. They would have needed plastering if we had painted them, but we didn't. We wallpapered them. So I used the wallpaper on the top, and then we tiled all the bottom. Wallpaper was by a company called HK Living. They're still going now as far as I know, and I used to buy a lot of things for my shop from them, and they did a range of wallpaper at one point. Don't know if they still do wallpaper now, but this was one of the wallpapers, and I saw it at a trade show and fell in love with it, and I bought it to sell onto customers. I had a couple of rolls left when we bought this house and thought that it went perfect with the tiles at the bottom. So probably use, yeah, 1 or 2 rolls. I've still got 2 rolls left actually, so I might actually use it in the new house. They cost me, I think it was £30 for the roll. Again, I was lucky because retail price of probably would have been £60 or £70. But yeah, you can find end of rolls on eBay and Facebook, or pick up wallpapers that are not mega expensive, and it just adds character to the bathroom, and also, like I said, it stopped us having to plaster it. A lot of people say, oh, you can't use wallpaper in a bathroom. You can, it's absolutely fine. Just seal it afterwards with a varnish, a clear varnish, and it will be absolutely fine. After 4 years, there's no problems with it. It's just maybe lifted a little bit at the seams. That's probably more my wallpapering than the actual fact that there's steam in the bathroom. But yeah, if you pop a varnish on afterwards, it should be fine with wallpapering. The tiles are one of my favourite things in the bathroom. eBay. These were like, I dropped on these. They were such a bargain. So for £90, we got, I can't remember how many boxes we've got, but we got loads of boxes. So as well as doing the bathroom, we've done some tiling downstairs in the utility room. I also did a full worktop in our old house. So these have gone really far for £90 altogether. I got them from eBay, and I really dropped on because it was a guy who had a warehouse in Sheffield, and his son fitted out pubs and bars, and they had boxes of tiles left afterwards. He set up an eBay page and sold off like all the excess stock. So we got some tiles. We got the tiles down for the shower room downstairs. I don't know if it still exists. I need to find out actually, because he'd be perfect for the other house. But yeah, £90 for these tiles. We fitted them all ourselves. I did some, my husband did some, and then we routed them all. But yeah, absolutely love them. This trim at the top is just thin wood, and I sprayed it gold, and then we just trimmed the entire top of the tiles with the wood just to finish them off. Moving on to the light fitting, this used to have 3 globes. It's now got 2 because we smashed one when we moved into the house. And as I said, we've not done anything with the bathroom, so we've not had a chance to replace it. Again, an inexpensive light. I think I'll find out the price again, but it came chrome. Again, didn't like the chrome, so I just sprayed it gold, and again, it's lasted. So yeah, if you don't like the colour of something, just spray it or paint it. And I think it just gives you a wider choice, and you can sometimes get things more inexpensive if you do it that way. Every chance I might not get back up from this position. The flooring is peel and stick. I've used peel and stick tiles quite a lot, and I think they're pretty great on the whole. They're not expensive. They're really, really easy to lay. So I think this bathroom took me a couple of hours to do, if that. Literally just peel the back them, stick them down, as I say. And when you're going round things like the loo, or like you have half tiles, you can just cut them or do them with a Stanley knife. So they're really, really easy to fit. Have they lasted after 4 years? Yes, overall, they've been absolutely fine. However, there is a little bit of wear and tear. Some of like the top layer has come off a little bit, and it's just in certain places. I don't know why it's happened on some tiles and not on others. But yeah, there's just a little bit of peeling on some of the tiles. But like I said, they have been down 4 years. However, the beauty with these is if you do want to replace them, you can just probably get a knife down there, peel it off, and then just pop another one in its place. So they're so easy to replace. I rate them. I think they're pretty good. And there's loads of patterns that you can get now online. Inexpensive and really quick, easy way to tile a floor. Then yeah, go for peel and stick. This I've not included in the £500 because this is we brought this in after we moved in, and this I used to sell in my shop, and yeah, I just put it in because I love it. I want it in the middle of the room really, but we've been banging his heads every time we go to the loo. Oh, I wonder if it could go over the bath. I'll have to think when we revamp the bathroom a little bit. So yeah, I've not included that with the price, but that was from Coach. I also used to sell them. And this was a car boot find, and it was not gold. And again, I've sprayed it, but I really like it actually because it's like over the last 4 years, it's kind of aged a little bit. So now it looks like an aged gold brass colour. These prints that I've popped in frames, got these from Vietnam when we went about 5 years ago, I think. I think that's it for the bathroom. Like I said, it's not a massive room, but I've tried to talk you through where we got things from and where we save money. One of the biggest ways to save money is to do as much of the work as you can. I know this is not always possible for everybody, but apart from the plumbing, which we can do a little bit of plumbing, but not like baths and things, although I'm definitely going to learn. Everything else was done by us. So the cladding, the tiling, the wallpapering, the spraying was done by us. So that's where I think a lot of people's budget goes when you're doing a bathroom. I haven't, again, to be fully honest, I haven't included the plumbing costs. They weren't massive because we have a friend who's a plumber. Again, lucky. But yeah, so for the actual bathroom itself, less than £500. I'm going to see how much I can do the new bathroom in the renovation house for, and I will take you along as we do it. And hopefully, again, we'll be able to do it for a budget. If you've liked this video and if you're liking the content I am producing, then please subscribe. There's a lots more to come, including doing the renovation bathroom. And thank you very, very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it.